So welcome back to another episode of me rebuilding my least favorite team in the NBA. Yeah, no, I said it. I'm kidding. They're actually my second least favorite team behind the LA Lakers. I'm a diehard Celtics fan. Kind of makes sense. Before we do get into this, I want to, kind of go over some things. Just because I do one rebuild where I kind of blow up the entire team and I trade everybody does not mean that I'm going to do that for every single video. Eventually down the line, I will probably get into the series of, trading every players. I've been doing that for a couple years now. You guys absolutely love those, but I do want to get all the normal rebuilds out of the way first. So I just want to make that clear just because I got a lot of comments saying blow up the 76ers, which very well could happen. But just because I do a rebuild of the 76ers doesn't mean I'm going to blow it up. If you guys kind of know what I'm saying there. So this is a very talented team. Luckily for them, they got Al Horford's contract off their books. They did have to pick up the walking brick that is Danny Green, however, but I'm pretty sure I can get rid of him pretty easily. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, today we are doing a 76ers rebuild. I'm pretty excited to do this one right here. I believe I did this like when 2K21 dropped at some point in time, before next gen, before I went on a break for a month and a half, my little fun hiatus, I like to call it. But yeah, as always, if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe. If you guys want to see me do whatever team next, let me know that down below in the comment section as well. All right, all the formalities out of the way. Let's take a look at this roster right now. So obviously led by, in my opinion, the second best center in the NBA. I think Jokic is still one. I'm always gonna say that. Joel Embiid is obviously an unbelievably talented big man. Had some injury history. I don't play with injuries on. I'm not worried about it. I foresee him being here the entire video. I'm actually going to say the same about Ben Simmons. I really am. I think especially in 2K, it really doesn't matter if you don't have 3, 4, 5, whatever the hell it may be, three-point shooters on the floor. I really don't think it's going to affect us too much. Obviously, those rumors kind of float around about him for James Harden. That's obviously not really going to be possible today in 2K because he's really not somebody you can just, just trade for. Just snap of the finger or something like that. Tobias Harris, I don't know. He's a great third option, I guess. I know Ben Simmons didn't play in the series against the Celtics in the playoffs last year in the bubble, but Tobias Harris just could not have flopped any worse in his attempt to step up and kind of, fill Ben Simmons' shoes. I mean, I get it. It's not any easy shoes to fill, but he was an absolute bum in the series against the Celtics, and it kind of brought me some joy, if we're being honest. Dwight Howard, great free agency pickup for this team. Great bench piece for them. Great backup big man. Obviously a very big key component to that Lakers championship run back there for them. Seth Curry, I'm pretty sure, has been balling out for the 76ers. I'm not going to lie. I have not watched a ton of 76ers games this year. I kind of watch my Celtics, and then if I have time, I'll watch whatever. If there's like a TNT or an ESPN game on, that's typically what I watch. So let me know down below. Danny Green will be traded immediately. Look at the logjam at shooting guard we got right here. I'm a huge Matisse Thybulle guy. I want to use him, and I'm probably still pronouncing the guy's name wrong, but I think he's an absolute stud. Shake Milton here as well. Also, I saw some 76ers fans on Twitter saying he's not having as good of a year this year. If that's true, can somebody in the comment section let me know? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I know either. But yeah, as of now, Seth Curry's probably going to be the guy that's going to be starting here. As I mentioned, Harris, and then Korkmaz is not a bad backup. We need to work on the starting power forward spot. Mike Scott will not be my starting power forward on day one. I can promise you that. And then Embiid here. Howard. Tony Bradley, when did he come here? Because he was in Utah. Yeah, he was in Utah his whole career, right? I have no idea what trade that was, but if somebody wants to let me know, and then former Celtics legend Vincent Poirier. Yeah, but we definitely got a lot of trades to make. Tyrese Maxey as well was their first round pick in 2020 out of Kentucky. Might possibly get to use him at some point in time. Probably not in year number one. But yeah, as you can see, this is a logjam right here. I'm just going to call this guy ISO Joe because I see I Joe, and yeah, no, it's not funny at all. So, all right, we're going to make a couple moves here. I'll see you guys the first trade. So we're going to be doing this trade here with the San Antonio Spurs. Danny Green's actually going back to San Antonio. I'm sure maybe Spurs fans somewhere would like that. I don't know why you would, but it's just a thought I had. And Tony Bradley's going as well for Rudy Gay and Drew Eubanks. Rudy Gay is obviously the main part of this deal. He's going to be our starting stretch four here for year number one. I'm hoping that he's going to fit nice and next to Embiid. I'm not really sure about that one. They're not really similar type of players, but then again, you don't really want two giant, tall towers in the front court. It's just not what works these days. All right, so at this point in time, still do have a little bit of a logjam at the shooting guard spot. Could I move Seth Curry down to backup point guard spot? Because I actually really wouldn't mind that. He's only 6'2", and I feel like he definitely could play there. He goes down to a 76. I'm just going to leave it. That could be an absolutely terrible decision, but he's going to be my backup point guard. I know I said I was going to start him at shooting guard, but I'd rather not trade one of these three guys because I think they all definitely can contribute for us in some way, shape, or form. So I'm probably going to give the start to Thybulle just because I love that defense, and I think he's going to be really key for us. This is an absolutely defensive stud of a team. I mean, Simmons, Thybulle, you can kind of ignore these two a little bit. I mean, Neither of them are that great. And then Embiid, obviously, here as well. So I'm pretty sure this actually might be one of those teams that I do a 10-man rotation. I don't really want to play Mike Scott. Maybe I move Scott and Poirier for a different backup power forward, because I probably actually could do that, because I don't really see a reason to keep either of them around here. Poirier and Mike Scott, just for a new backup power forward. Doesn't have to be anybody amazing. I mean, this team is already really solid. Like, oh, I can get Bjelica. Sure, we also get Daquan Jeffries. So that's going to round out that. I would almost maybe prefer Bjelica over Rudy Gay, but no, I'm still going to go with Rudy Gay. All right, they actually want to start Thibault as well. Dwight Howard will not be my sixth man. It actually is going to be Seth Curry. I do want to get him quite a bit of minutes. Howard's going to be getting about 18 here. We're going to go around 24 there to Curry. Bjelica is going to get around, oh, wait, I forgot. It's okay. 17, 14's fine, 12, and then, yeah, Korkmaz is going to have to get like 10. I always screw up when it's a 10-man rotation, because that does low-key mess me up a little bit. Harris, 33, Thibault, 31, and 35 Simmons. I'm actually really fine with that. I think Doc Rivers can probably handle that. I don't really see a reason why he couldn't. But yeah, year number one, this is how it's going to look. I might have made a couple questionable moves, especially with the shooting department in the backcourt, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. This team is actually really not that good at shooting, but it's fine. I do think we're going to be fine. I don't need to I don't need to hit threes all day to win basketball games. I just need to score more points than the other team. Ignore that. All right, Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Rudy Gay, and Joel Embiid. That's a blurry picture of him. Just like, it's the little things. Why can't you just get a picture that's not blurry? Or just, I don't know. Seth Curry, here's my sixth man. Dwight Howard, Nemanja Bjelica, Shake Milton, and Furkan Korkmaz. Maxi's here on the bench if we need him, and everybody else, the boy. Isaiah Joe, ISO Joe. I'm just not funny at all. All right, year number one. That's how it's going to look, and I will see you guys there at the end. It was definitely a successful first year. If you take a look in your top right there, number one in the Eastern Conference, number one in the power rankings. I'm assuming that means we probably had the best record in the NBA. Luka Doncic MVP. I feel bad. This dude is always so close to a triple-double. It's always like point something, either rebounds or assists off. He's 0.2 rebounds off from a triple-double this year, but yeah. He's pretty good. James Wiseman, Rookie of the Year for the Golden State Warriors. He's been pretty solid for the Warriors in real life. Spencer Dinwiddie, sixth man. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year. You typically see that in season number 2, year 3. Good to see him getting it done, though, in year number 1. Michael Porter Jr., you see that a lot in year number 1. Doc Rivers does win Coach of the Year for us, as we do win 57 games. It's weird not seeing him as the Clippers coach. It just is. Wow, that would be fun. If we got to face the Clippers in the finals, probably not going to happen if we're being honest, but it would still be fun. All right, wow, we actually have Miami here, who were in the NBA Finals last year and now are an 8 seed. Not so hot. All right, player stats on the year, led in scoring by Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris with a pretty solid campaign for us. Maybe making me not want to trade him so much, but it's a tough one for me. Seth Curry off the bench, kind of what I thought was going to happen. I really didn't think that he was going to, I thought Rudy Gay would actually be more around like 9 or 10 points, not 13, but I will take it. Bjelica, Dwight Howard, Shake Milton. Thybulle is just obviously not really here to score the basketball. That's just not what I have him for. I kind of put him in like my Patrick Beverley department that play good defense, and then you're fine for me. All right, Miami here in the first round. They have obviously a pretty good team if we can ever, maybe find their team. Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Precious Achiuwa, and Bam Adebayo. Yeah, Robinson, Nunn, Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk. I don't know how that turns into an 8 seed, but I guess somehow here in 2K it does, and we do sweep them. Moving on to the Bucks. DiVincenzo is now starting at point guard for them. Okay, Drew Holiday next to him, obviously a huge addition in the offseason for Milwaukee. Middleton, Giannis, and then Brook Lopez is the starting 5 there for them. We win in 7 games, and now we have to face the franchise that just absolutely owns us here in the Celtics, and it feels good to say. Jeff Teague starting. Here's the thing. The Celtics so far this year have been running a lineup, a starting 5 of either this, or excuse me, they actually don't start Thompson. They start Tice, or they put in Tice and Thompson, and they just take out Teague and bump everybody down 1. I actually kind of prefer that. I think that actually works out a little bit better, but Jeff Teague has been awesome for the Celtics. I didn't love the signing when it originally happened. And Kemba's, I have injuries off. I don't even know why Kemba's not even starting, but that was my point, without Kemba, obviously, in real life. But not going into detail about them. We're not doing their rebuild today, and we do end up beating them in 6, and now we got us and the Dallas Mavericks here, who I have not had great luck against so far while simming things. Burke, Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and Kristaps Porzingis. It is very obvious that they have the best player in the series, and a lot of the time that does, tend to help, but let's see if we can get it done here. Wow. We win in 7 games in year number 1, Joel Embiid, Finals MVP. So obviously those moves we made at the beginning of this video kind of turned out for the better, as we do win a championship here in year number 1, which obviously means now we are looking to three-peat. Kind of makes sense. I saw your comments about, the whole league meetings rebuild, about how I could just, approve all of these, and you guys think it would be super fun. Change the Rising Stars Challenge to 11 players per team. That's fine. Draft lottery, worst team to have improved odds. I actually like that. Wait, what? Abolish the salary cap. That'd be so fun. I hope I get that one whenever I do that rebuild down the line. All right, draft lottery here. We do not. Wow, the Pacers. Pacers in the top 3. You really wouldn't see that one. So as you can see, the league meeting did change that. Now the Thunder have a 33.3% chance of ending up with the number 1 overall pick, which means basically 1 out of 3 times they're going to get the pick, and they ended up getting it this time. So I don't know if we have any picks this year. It looks like we do have 30, so we do have our own first-round pick, which is kind of nice. Staff signing, I have no reason to move on from Doc Rivers. Sam Cassell and David Yeager's an assistant coach in Philly. I did not know that. He was the Kings head coach for a little while, I believe. I'm fine with Cassell just because he won us a championship. I'm going to look to maybe get Peterson here as my new assistant head coach. Or my assistant, I don't know, assistant head coach. That's just a weird way to word it. But you know what I'm saying. Scout, Cuba Gooding's fine. And then please give me an A trainer here. Yes, we do. We got the boy Randy Martin. I just love, I love that they just don't even change names. Why does it say I can sign everybody then? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't care that much about my head scout. Let me guess. Can I still sign Cuba Gooding? Would you look at that? I can. Good Lord. I will draft somebody at 30 because a lot of people have been commenting saying you never draft anybody, which is true because I don't really care if we're being honest, but that's just me. And when you all say I don't know a lot about this draft class, I actually say that myself most of the time. So yeah, maybe watch the video before you get all mad and pissy in my comment section. But that's not the point. I don't care. Do whatever you want. We'll move up to pick 28. That's fine. I wasn't going to use both those picks anyway. So yeah, we can draft somebody here at pick 28, somebody that I've definitely never heard of. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. It's like a match made in heaven. If you guys don't know who Keontae Johnson is, obviously had one of the scariest moments pretty much I've ever seen in college basketball. Collapsed on the court. Guy was in a coma. Just absolutely an awful situation. And thank the Lord that he's okay now. I saw he was on the sidelines with Florida. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick him. Mostly because he's the only name I actually recognize there, and it's a great story as well, and I hope nothing but the best for the guy. So he's going to be a 72 overall for us. Not bad at all. Welcome to Philadelphia. Thibault, Daquan Jeffries, Drew Eubanks. I actually probably can get a first-round pick. That's just me kind of bringing him more back into the cheesy aspect that you guys like. I didn't even know we had Terrence Ferguson on this team. You definitely weren't in my rotation. I really don't foresee a reason to give you a almost $5 million qualifying offer. If I want you back, I can probably get you for less, if we're being honest, which sounds so douchey. But all right, let's go ahead and try to scum some first-round picks here. It's one of my favorite pastimes. So ISO Joe and Daquan Jeffries, do you guys want to get me a first-round pick here? See what we can do. Wow, the Clippers want to, just continue being stupid and giving me 2 first-round picks. That's absolutely awesome. And Drew Eubanks, I actually can see myself using Tyrese Maxey, so I'm probably not going to go ahead and trade him. But I don't think I can get a first-round pick for Drew fucking Eubanks. I love the New York Knicks, man. I love it. I just, it's so Knicks. It just hurts. All right. I actually foresee myself using Tyrese Maxey as my backup point guard, so I probably can move on from Seth Curry. I do probably want to go ahead and maybe get some sort of better starting shooting guard. I wouldn't mind Thibault coming off the bench, but I'm probably going to look to move on. Harris is a toss-up for me, and then I do need to find a starting power forward as well. So by no means is this team complete. Just because you win a championship and you're number 1 does not mean the rebuild is over. So I think before free agency, because I definitely don't really have any cap space, which is kind of unfortunate because, Tobias Harris making $36 million fucking dollars. Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and probably try to find a trade, and I'll see you guys with a couple moves. So a lot of you might actually end up questioning this trade and why I'm doing it right here, because it actually is a lot to give up. It's going to be Seth Curry, Shake Milton, Tobias Harris, and a second for D'Angelo Russell and Ricky Rubio. Probably asking me, what the hell are you smoking? Why are you doing this? I actually have a couple options right now of what I can do. This is 2K. As much as you all might hate to, admit it, it's not real life, and you can move guys to different positions, and it works out totally fine. So, a couple options here. Obviously, I can just move D'Angelo Russell to shooting guard and change pretty much literally nothing. I can keep him at point guard, I can keep him at point guard, move Simmons to small forward, or I can theoretically move Russell to shooting guard, move Simmons to small forward, and keep Ricky Rubio as my point guard. Or I can trade. A whole bunch of things I can do right now. I really don't know which one I am going to do. I'm kind of on the verge of trading Ricky Rubio because I think his overall will probably go down. So I'd like to see what sort of trade offers I can get, especially because at this point in time, theoretically, we do have 4 point guards listed on this team, and obviously that 2 of them are definitely going to be here, and I do want Maxey to play a little bit, so we will see. Rubio might be the odd man out, but at this point in time, I definitely need to figure out a couple more starters on this team. I'm sure a lot of you are going to call me a homer for this one, and homer, not homo. Relax before I get canceled. We're picking up Marcus Smart. I think he's going to be a great addition to this team defensively. Obviously, this team is already defensively star-studded right now, so Smart's going to slide in that two spot for me. We are going to probably be moving Ben Simmons to the small forward spot. Not something I'd really do in real life, but again, there's nothing really realistic about this. So Smart's going to slide into that starting shooting guard spot. I'm going to keep D'Angelo Russell at the point guard, and Simmons is going to go to small forward or power forward. Realistically, it all depends, what I end up doing here with this team. So Simmons down to small forward. And yeah, he's going to be starting now. So let me just take a look at what this team looks like right now. We did pick up Carson Edwards, who I'm just hopefully going to get a second or first round pick for, because I really, again, just don't need him. So Carson Edwards, anybody want to be stupid, preferably like the Knicks or something, and give me a first round? Oh, Cleveland, that works perfectly as well. That's the cheesy Massa that you guys all love and probably some of you hate. So we currently do not have a starting power forward, which is definitely an issue. But we do have a really solid bench unit right now. So let me just look and see what I can maybe sign. Like, I don't have a ton of money, obviously, and it's kind of showing right here. Looks like it is going to give me bird rights on Rudy Gay. So what I'm actually going to do is kind of like a little cheap thing that I've learned over my couple years of 2K here. I'm going to give Rudy Gay way more money than he's asking for. This is going to allow me to match it up with some bigger contracts. Obviously not as big of contracts as I want, but I think it's kind of fine. Ferguson's looking for $7 million. See you later, Bunzo. That's just not happening. Howard's time here is probably done. I think he's just a little too old for this team at this point in time. We do have a trade exception on Edwards and Eubanks. They're both for under $2 million, unfortunately. So Rudy Gay is going to be coming back on a pretty big deal. It's technically a 1-and-1 with a player option, so he's only making $15 million. Oh, what? Oh, I fucked that one up. I thought it said a 1-and-1. Never mind, he's making $30 million. I guess it does match up with bigger contracts. All right, so what we're going to do now, power forward / small forward, and we got to find somebody here. I'm probably not bringing back like Jimmy Butler, Tatum, Zion's not happening, Middleton probably not. I would love to bring in Brandon Ingram. Again, it's just the value here. I'm going to probably have to I don't even know if this is going to go through if I give up all these picks. I don't think it will. It's worth trying though, and yeah, it's not happening. See, this is where you kind of run into a bit of a pickle, because that's like a pickle, really? Like a problem, because their value's so low, but the money works. So you kind of, it's like a better of two evils kind of, because you want to get a good player, but you're pretty limited with who you can get. I would love Sabonis. I just don't know. Yeah, I beefed that one up because I thought I was giving him $15 million a year. I really did. John Collins wouldn't be bad at all. John Collins would actually fit this team rather. Wow, I definitely can get this to go through. I did not think that he would have 3 stars to Atlanta here. Can I just give you a couple seconds here and make this go through? Come on. They're the same value. Oh my God. I really just teased myself, didn't I? Bro, 5 first-round picks for John Collins, and they still don't do it. See, if I understand that theoretically Rudy Gay is never going to get moved for John Collins right now. I get that. But don't bullshit me and say they have the same trade value and that Atlanta values him like this. Like, what is their reasoning? You're asking me to give away a valuable asset. Then why do you value Rudy Gay the same? Explain that to me. Just explain it to me. I might try to cheat the system a little bit right now and move Rudy Gay to small forward. I don't know if his overall is going to jump up at all. It actually does to an 81. Maybe I can figure something out now. Like, if I were to trade Rudy Gay and 2 first-round picks, like, what are my trade offers? I can't imagine it's anything too great. And bring it back, Al Horford back. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm going to figure something out, and I'll see you guys with the move. I just sold my soul. Tobias Harris is back, so I mean Simmons is going to go to the 4. I mean, it's a video game. It really doesn't matter. He's still like an 89 overall. Okay, we brought back Tobias Harris, so he was gone for a minute. I actually kind of did that in my video the other day with Rudy Gobert on the Jazz. If you guys haven't checked that one out, make sure to see it after this. But yeah, at this point in time, Keontae Johnson, I'm actually going to give him some minutes. He's a 72 overall, a little bit of a higher overall than I expected, especially at pick 28. But I think he can kind of be something pretty good for us. So I think I am still going to go with a backup center instead. I mean, theoretically, Embiid is the highest overall, so that's technically what I do because I tend to play the most minutes. But I feel like a backup center is pretty important. So let's see who my options are here. Oh boy, my boy Penis Cancer, I guess. I hate seeing him in a Philly uniform after he was in Celtics, or he was on the Celtics, but that's fine. So we have a squad now, and I'll see you guys the rotation. So your number 2, obviously, we're looking to go back to back, and then hopefully 3 people. But this is going to be the rotation that we are going to be going with: D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. I really do like the makeup of this team a lot better than last year. Marcus Smart's actually a really underrated shooter. I'm just going to go out and say it. I watched literally every Celtics game. I've been watching the guy literally since he got drafted. And just seeing him develop, like, he also hits threes at the stupidest times. Like, he'll take a 3-point shot with 2 guys on him and just swish it. and then he'll be wide open, take 3 wide open shots in a row and miss all of them. So I get where those comments are coming from, but he's definitely improved a lot as a shooter. I'm not saying he's a sharp shooter by any means, but he definitely brings a little more shooting than what we had last year. D'Angelo Russell here as well, obviously one of the best young point guards in this league. I'm super excited to see what he can do. Harris was gone for a minute and then came back. Sold my soul to get him, but he's here. Ben Simmons and then Joel Embiid. The bench looking like this: Matisse Thybulle, Penis Cantor, Tyrese Maxey, and Keontae Johnson. They want him to be in the reserves. I'm going to tell them to go fuck themselves, and he's going to be on my bench playing 10 minutes a night. So that is that. We're looking to go back-to-back, and I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. So I'm happy for Luka. He finally gets the triple-double, and obviously that's very well-deserved in the MVP department. Number 1 in the conference, number 1 in the power rankings. We are looking good to go back-to-back right now. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year for the San Antonio Spurs. Cade Cunningham, 6th man, is in Chicago. Who on earth is... what? I feel like... What pick was he? He was a 4th overall pick? Like... I know Kobe White's there, but like I feel like you got to start him. Could be me. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year, back-to-back. I actually did try to trade for him at one point in time. Killian Hayes was actually one of the most important players that I'd had in my last video in Utah. Doc Rivers, Coach of the Year. We go 60 and 22. We are in 1 seed here. As I mentioned, going to go ahead and take a look at some stats right now. Player stats on the year. D'Angelo Russell led us in scoring. Embiid, Simmons. So a little bit of a decrease in the points department at that power forward spot. I don't really mind it that much. I mean, he's averaging 8.5 assists as a power forward. Yeah. Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, Penis Cantor, Marcus Smart. Again, him and Thybulle, whatever the hell it is. Whoever's in there, I really don't care about points for you guys. So rebounds went to Embiid and assists went to Simmons. Power forward leading us in assists. Kind of funny. All right. Cleveland here. Garland, Sexton, Middleton, Chris. Wow, Middleton. Wow. The fact that they named their backcourt Sexland is like the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Kevin Love still going strong here, and Harry Giles. I know he had a lot of injury problems, but I remember when everybody thought he was going to be like the next great big man in this league, and just did he get drafted by Sacramento, or did he end up getting there somehow? Because it's just Sacramento, like, oh god, I feel bad sometimes. I really do. Frank Ntilikina, Drew Holiday, Royce O'Neal, Giannis, and Andre Drummond somehow. I guess Milwaukee and Cleveland did an Andre Drummond for Chris Middleton swap. I don't understand that from Milwaukee, but good for Cleveland, I guess. Especially for getting Andre Drummond's contract. You see, you chirp people, and then the game comes back. I swear to God, it's listening to me right now. The game comes back and just absolutely fucks you right in the ass. Milwaukee goes on to win a ring. Giannis gets his finals MVP, and people can stop calling him a choker. Yada, yada, yada. All right. We're going to head up to league meetings, just see what's here, to see if anything got approved. It did not. Abolish the trade deadline. Oh, my God. Imagine you had like a trade in like the middle of the playoffs. That would be awesome. Draft lottery again. I traded literally all of our picks, so I don't think we have anything. Rockets back to back. That would be crazy. And of course, they end up with, what was that, 3 and 5? That sucks. That would just be terrible. Jordan Malone, you can come in here, and I'm pretty sure that's all I have money for, and he's tentative. What an asshole. But I don't really care about my CFO here in a rebuild. All right, we're up to the draft right now. Definitely not going to be drafting anybody this year. Definitely need to go ahead and probably work on a couple moves. I don't even have any picks anyways. Of course, I hop right into the draft because that's like, why wouldn't I? Literally, why wouldn't I? So team player options right now. Thybulle is definitely coming back. Same with Tyrese Maxey. 2 huge pieces of this team. Kadeem Allen, Celtics legend. Take a look at those stats right there. No, he's not going to be coming back here at all. So let's check out the team before we go ahead and take a look in free agency right now. I think, so Smart's a free agent. That's going to be an important one for me. He's literally our only free agent. I hope I have bird rights on him. Okay, yes, I do. He actually wants, okay, that's where I got dumb. Because in old 2Ks, what it would do is it would actually add, never mind. You know what I'm saying? That this is now per year, the salary. It didn't used to be per year. Let me just put that out there. I wasn't being dumb. I was, theoretically, but you know what I'm saying. If you've ever watched 2K before this, you know what I'm saying. They updated that, and I know this is like my 6th rebuild on next gen, but I should have gotten that right. My bad. Okay. I'm kind of fine with this team right now. I think I can probably make 1 or 2 improvements, though. Improvement number 1, right here, right now, we're going to be coming with Cleveland. We are going to be picking up Chris Middleton, obviously an absolute upgrade over Tobias Harris. I swear to God, if anybody in my comment section says Chris Middleton is not an upgrade over Tobias Harris, just leave. Just seriously? That would be an atrocious take. I am a little nervous to start Marcus Smart. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I was to trade him, though, it would have to be kind of a lot. Like, I'd probably package him in Thybulle, and then Thybulle, whatever the hell it is, and then a second. Like, what would I get, though? That's the thing. Like, Buddy Hield? No. Like, none of these trades are just really that good. So I'm going to keep this two-headed defensive monster right here. I think it's going to be good for everybody. Chris Middleton's a huge new addition anyways, and I'll see you guys in the rotation. Year number 3 right here, the third and final season. We made one obvious upgrade to the starting lineup, that being Chris Middleton. The rest of it stays the same, except we swap Thibault with Marcus Smart. He's obviously younger. I think he's kind of ready to take the next step. I'm going to give him the starting gig. So, D'Lo, Thibault, Middleton, Simmons, and Embiid. Bench Marcus Smart, Tyrese Maxey, Penis Cantor, and Keontae Johnson. Again, just because I know it's going to happen, somebody's going to complain to me and be like, Ben Simmons is literally the same as Magic Johnson. Why the fuck are you playing him at power forward? Because it's 2K. Because it's 2K. And I was just thinking about that right now, that my comment section, especially because I know I have some 76ers fans, are going to bitch at me about it. So just before you comment it, just know it's 2K. It's never something I would do in real life. If this was a realistic rebuild, it's something I would never do as well. It was great talking to you, and I will see you guys at the end of year number 3. So I believe for the third year in a row, Luka Doncic wins an MVP award. Yeah, it's not an unrealistic thing, I can tell you that for sure. Also, third year in a row, number 1 in the conference, number 1 in the power rankings. You'll love to see it. Alvin Richmond is your rookie of the year. Devontae Graham, 6th man. Jonathan Isaac, third year in a row. He's the defensive player of the year. Cade Cunningham, most improved. Looks like they finally gave him the starting nod there in Chicago. I fire David Yeager, and he wins Coach of the Year? What? What? He's obviously coaching a Western Conference team because he's number 1 in the conference. The Grizzlies signed David Yeager as their head coach. A D offense, a B- defense, and a C+ potential. It's a good thing that you have John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. and just Valanciunas still starting. No, they picked up Yusuf Nurkic. Okay, well that makes a little more sense than David Yeager actually doing something well. Oh, God, I'm sure some Kings fan, he was great in Sacramento there with DeMarcus for a minute. I don't know, were they even together at the time? I'm assuming they were because Boogie's, like, beginning of his whole career, he was there. But, wow. That's something to say right there. All right, let's check out some stats on the year. Player stats, D'Angelo Russell, Joel Embiid, Chris Middleton, Simmons, Maxey. I mean, I really do like the makeup of this team. I think it's great. Rebounds, I went to Embiid, and assists was Simmons. So, first round here, we do have the Detroit Pistons. Killian Hayes, Brandon Boston, Sadiq Bey, Sekou Doumbouya, and Rudy Gobert. Wow. Super young starting 4 right there, and then Gobert coming in, defensive-minded center right there. Really solid young squad there. All right. Really? Are we serious? And just pissed me off even more. Okay. I guess I shouldn't have traded Harris for Middleton. I guess I shouldn't have moved Simmons to the 4. Those words kind of all backfired on me. But at the end of the day, we got a championship. So I still can't complain. I'm sure somebody will in my comment section, but that's okay. If you guys enjoyed and want to make me happy and not feel my pain, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. I seriously do appreciate all you guys' support. This has been, awesome being back on YouTube, kind of getting some consistent uploading going again. And it's without you guys, none of this is even possible at all. So it does mean a ton to me. As always, feel free to leave any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys see this video on the 5th. I'm not sure. I think you probably will, but I'm not positive on that one. So if you don't already, go follow me on Twitter because you can always get updates on there. Links in the description as always. So yeah, that about does it for me. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.